GCSE teachers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to share resources from the internet on your Canvas page. There are several ways to do this. Obviously, the first thing you will need to have is a resource from the internet that you would like to share. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use the link to the Canvas guides page. I'm simply going to copy that. I'm going to highlight the web address and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my Canvas home screen, in this case the modules, and there are several different options that I have here for sharing that resource. First of all, under one of my modules, I could click the plus button and I could add a link to an external URL by clicking the add down arrow, external URL. I would then simply paste by Control V or right clicking and pasting the URL of the useful source. I'm then going to give it a name. You have the option to load in a new tab or to load it in the page, in its own page. I like to load in a new tab. That way, if a student accidentally closes something out, they don't close out all of Canvas, they simply close out the tab that's open. So I like to load in a new tab as opposed to loading in the tab within Canvas. I may not have said that clearly a minute ago. And then I'm going to add that item. And now you will notice once I have that item right here, I can simply click on that and it will give me the option, and it tells me that it will open in a new window. And so when it opens, you can see that I am, of course, taken to the Canvas guides page. So that is one way. You can add it directly as a link within a module. Another way, you may want to add it within an assignment or a discussion or a content page. All of those are valid options. Basically, anything that has the rich text editor allows you to create a hyperlink. So if I add a new content page, just for example, again, this method would work with a quiz, it would work with a discussion, and it will work with the content page as well, and with the assignment option as well. So any of those. So I'm going to create a new page. I'm just going to call this sharing a link, and I'm going to hit add item. Now notice my sharing a link pops up here under my provide link to web resources, and I'm going to click there to edit it. Once I click there, I will have to go one more step. I will have to edit again. The reason it looks blank, obviously, is because nothing is there. Here I'm taken to the rich text editor, and you can see that right here. We've already mentioned that in a previous video, and it's been discussed. So once you are there, you can simply share links that you have. So, for example, if I want to say, you know, this is an important resource, click here to read more. So if I want here to be highlighted, I'm simply going to highlight that with my mouse, left clicking. I am going to click link to URL. I'm going to paste. I have to make sure, if you're doing a lot of things at one time trying to multitask, you have to make sure you obviously paste the correct link. Since I know that I have not pasted anything else since I copied the web address, I can go ahead and do that. And then I simply hit insert link, and notice that it blinks and it turns blue, not green, turns blue. And when you see that, you know that you have then a link that will correctly work for students to access an outside resource. I can hit save, and just double check after I've hit save, it will show me a brief preview basically of what the students will see, not a full-blown student view mode, but it will show me kind of what the students see. And so if I click here, notice it is going to load again the Canvas help page, of course, in a separate website. A separate tab, sorry, not within a separate website, a separate tab. And that's basically how you go about doing it. But if you, again, if I click edit and I want to change something, I can add as many links in here. In fact, I can even, as you saw earlier, I added pictures. So if I wanted to find a picture of Canvas, I'm not sure that one will pop up here on Flickr. Let's see if it does. Might just be a Canvas. Okay, I'm just going to grab this one just for demonstration purposes. This also is a way to do that. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to hit update. And now if I want the picture to be a link, I simply highlight the picture so it turns blue. I click link to URL, and then I paste my address, and I hit update link, and I'm going to hit save. And so this is how I went about making the buttons that you have seen in the earlier modules. So if I click there, obviously that picture is going to take me to the Canvas link. So there are lots of different ways that you can make Canvas share a resource, sorry, not make Canvas, the way you can share resources on Canvas, share web resources on Canvas is what I'm trying to say, and allow students to see the information that you have there. So one more time, just very quickly, there's a couple of different ways. You find a web resource that you would like. You can add it directly under modules by finding the module you want, hitting the plus button, adding an external URL, pasting it, giving it a name, hitting add item. The other option is you can create a content page or a file, I'm sorry, not a file, a content page, a discussion, a quiz, or an assignment, any of those, and you can link within that as well. By simply going to edit and then using your rich text editor to either insert a picture or to insert text that you want to use as your hyperlink. And whether it's picture or text, you highlight that, link to URL, and you paste that. So that's the basic procedure for adding a web resource to Canvas. Very informative process for the students, but also hopefully one that is very easy for you. You can allow students to access and navigate large parts of the resource simply by having it available to them and clicking and having things well laid out so that they know where to locate them and find them. Hopefully that tells you how to upload any resource from the internet. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, good luck inserting resources into your Canvas page.